The summit is what drives us, but the climb itself is what matters. Conrad Anker. Welcome to Grimly.
Do you know that my algorithm is like super like tarot-y right now, which is annoying. I really need to fix it. I need to stop getting stuck on them and watching more. So I just need to like...
I know. That happened to me the other day.
Insane.
I watched something stupid and I was like, oh my God, I don't want all of it to be this. I think it was like a Grey's Anatomy scene.
Oh no.
And I was like, I
don't need to see more of this.
I don't want to see
but
more.
Like, how did it capture my attention long enough? Now I'm going to see it 40 times. It's all algorithm, all the time, all tarot, all like horoscopes. Mm-hmm. I'm like, get me out of this. This is a hellhole.
Right.
However, that being said, all of the astrology girlies and witches on the internet are like, the veil is very thin right now. And I think that's obvious because it's Halloween, but I also think it's so cute. So
it is very cute.
This is unfortunately not an older house, so we're probably not going to meet any ghosts here, but...
Like you would want to.
I wouldn't mind it if the mics picked it up and I couldn't hear it audibly. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe we will.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like we did in our one episode where we picked up a ghost.
That's what I mean. We probably won't have that experience, but if we...
Otherwise.
That was weird. It was definitely weird.
Yeah,
especially since they said that they had...
They have a ghost there.
They think that they might...
have something.
Probably. I mean, we heard it. We heard it. And you know what? She sounded chill, honestly.
You know,
she sounded like a good time.
Yeah.
She wasn't like aggressive or anything.
No. She was just like, okay. And we were like, oh shit, okay. What, girl? Yeah.
Welcome to Grimly.
Hi. Welcome to Grimly.
That one almost got away from me.
Right. No. We are two unserious people that talk about seriously creepy shit. I am Missy.
And I'm Meg.
And yeah, we caught a ghost voice on one of our episodes.
Yeah, what was the name of that episode, or what episode was that?
The Robert Johnson episode.
Oh, that was a good episode.
That is a good episode in general, but we were both like, what the fuck was that?
I was like a little freaked out after that.
I think we both were.
Truly. Yeah, and then you had to stay there.
I know. Also, I'm going to be dog sitting / house sitting for them again in 2 weeks. So maybe we should recreate what we tried.
Maybe
see if we can recapture.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find the right episode. Clearly, it's either music inspired or
deals with the devil.
Maybe
because that's what that episode's about.
Yeah, or she had a crush on Robert Johnson. That's her type.
Or yeah, maybe that's her type. Maybe that was it. Maybe we'll figure it out.
He might be my type. He seems very talented.
Yeah, he was a very talented man. Yeah, R.I.P.
He could get it, probably.
That needs to be on our next round of Grimly inspirational.
Oh no!
I need to make more of those.
Those are
funny.
fun.
Yeah, that was funny. Fun. Yeah.
Okay.
But what was the thing you wanted to tell me about?
Okay, so I've been walking around for 2 days singing about a pussy palace.
Okay.
And that's not ringing a bell. Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Lily Allen wrote a whole scathing album about her ex-husband.
She was like on November 14th at exactly 10:52 p.m. You fucking put a butt plug in or something.
Yes. She really lays it all out there. Yeah. And at first you're like, this is unhinged.
Uh-huh.
Then I'm like, this is kind of a bop though.
Not mad about it.
I will be singing it the entire weekend.
We got Taylor Swift singing about Travis Kelce's dick.
Yes.
And Lily Allen just smearing her
She's
ex-husband.
also singing about her man's dick. It's doing a lot of work, it sounds like.
Listen.
I think he did get it.
Arts are uninspired.
No, it is inspired. Yeah. And she samples the Stranger Things intro in the Pussy Palace song.
It feels like a bad time for your David Harbour for all this shit to come out, because literally it's about to be the premiere of the last season.
Season.
Yeah,
ruthless.
What a fucking bummer, because I definitely really like him, and
I know
sucks that
I really liked them
he kind of
together.
seems like a dick. I know.
Well, according to her, Yeah. And she looks great right now. She's looking great.
She does look great.
Yeah, it is sad though. It's a bummer. This is not one that you want. This is not what you want to see happen. They have a family.
Yeah.
Like, they really just seemed like sweet together. But you know what? The truth is the truth. So
truth is the truth. It's unfortunate, but
they're both probably better off without each other if it was like that.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it was like that.
Ugh.
For her experience.
What a fucking bummer.
Anyway, you should listen. It is good.
All right, I'll try to remember.
Okay.
Listen. Listen. You have tasked me with a lot of things to watch lately.
I have?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The Task with Mark
Task
Ruffalo.
was good.
I still have not watched that. It's maybe I'll probably do that this
You know
weekend
what?
because I don't have shit to do this weekend.
Yeah, that's the only reason I watched it.
Rainy fucking weather.
Yeah.
To just be inside and
Yeah.
I don't know, do your laundry and watch a TV show.
Yeah. But you should watch Black Rabbit first. If you haven't, did you say you tried to watch that and you didn't like it?
Black Rabbit?
Mm-hmm. That's with Jude Law and...
Oh, yeah. No, that was one of the other ones you told me about.
Okay, that one first because it is better.
Okay.
Task is good, but...
Yeah. Is Black Rabbit going to have a fucking second season, maybe? Or is it going to get canceled? Or is it like a miniseries?
They could definitely never do more after this.
Okay.
They might do more.
This is my thing lately, is I really like watching a miniseries.
Just a one and done.
A one and done.
do too.
Because you don't have the threat of it ending.
That's true.
On a cliffhanger.
I won't say it doesn't end on a cliffhanger.
Okay.
I didn't see the ending coming at all.
Okay, interesting.
At all.
Yeah.
But I was watching it and it's like Jude Law is one of the stars, right? And Jason Bateman. So you think, I mean, Jude Law's obviously, he's supposed to be like the better brother, the hotter brother. And Jason Bateman is like a piece of shit, basically unhoused man.
Okay.
But he's not. He's like a grifter, loser.
Okay.
And I still was like, episode like 4 or 5, I was like, is he hot though?
Oh, it's always Megan's Gage.
It's like, oh my God.
Is he hot?
Yes. I was like, no, because normally I'd say no, obviously no. He's funny.
Yeah.
Is he hot?
He's not like an unattractive man.
No.
I definitely think he's gotten there
He's
with
a
age.
total degenerate in this show though.
Okay.
No reason you should be like, I don't know. I need to take a look.
You also talked about fucking Charlie Hunnam in Monster.
That's obvious though. Okay.
Yeah. You know, actually, going back to my I only want to be a miniseries thing, the thing that I keep thinking about with that fucking series, which is kind of stupid, but it still makes me so mad, is the fact that they brought in the people from Mindhunter in that little segment at the end.
Yeah.
But they still haven't done the last fucking season of Mindhunter.
But they are working on it, and that's something to look for. Yes.
I think they've been saying that for years.
No. I think there are scripts written.
Okay.
I think it is on the way. And actually, I'm just rewatching it in preparation because they will be releasing it.
Oh, God, that was such a good show. Every time there's like a list or a discussion about what's the one TV show that you wish they would finish, it's always Mindhunter for me.
Yeah.
And to fucking do that.
But it wasn't.
That's dirty, Netflix.
I know.
You're fucking dirty. You're a dirty ass bitch with our TV version of Mindhunter.
I know. But it was nice. It felt nice at the same time.
It made me mad.
They did a lot of media in that show.
Yeah.
So like it wasn't just a Mindhunter piece.
But
it was like
it felt like a middle
they
finger.
did Hitchcock. They did
they did all the other
Jason, right?
No, you're thinking of Buffalo Bill.
Oh yeah.
They did Buffalo Bill. They did Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They did Psycho, which is Hitchcock.
Yeah.
You're like, sure.
I was getting right. Listen, I feel like I might need to watch the basics of Halloween movies.
Wait,
I'm like,
have you seen Psycho?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm like, is that not Jason, the Friday the 13th?
Friday the 13th is Jason. I don't think Jason was inspired or it wasn't claimed to be.
Oh, by Geen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
You're thinking of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is the Leatherface.
Oh, okay. That's.
Have you not seen that?
No, but I also don't think I've seen the Jasons.
The Friday the 13th.
The Friday the 13th. I was like, what movie?
No, Friday the 13th is Jason.
Okay.
And then
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is
Texas
Leatherface,
is
and
Leatherface.
that's Ed Gein.
And Michael Myers.
I've never seen either of those.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We are recording on Halloween.
I know. We're gonna
So we
have to
could-
watch a movie.
We're gonna have to. We'll have to. It feels like a lot of pressure to choose a good one for Halloween. You know.
I know. Don't
It's okay. I've watched.
stress about it.
I've watched the first 2 Screams recently.
Okay.
Scream 1 and 2.
Okay.
I watched that last weekend.
Oh,
I did watch Bring Her Back.
what did you think? There's so much. You're gonna
I
have to
know.
cut some of this shit out
I
because
know.
we will not shut up.
Um,
You didn't like it, and you don't want to tell me you didn't like it.
it was
What
fine.
did you think about the fucking?
The knife thing still makes me cringe. Like,
The entire movie theater was like, "What the fuck is
yeah,
happening?"
that was fucked up.
Foul.
I don't like how those 2 people, because they also did Talk to Me.
Yes.
I can't remember what the other one was that they did.
I don't know, but these Australian brothers.
Yeah, I don't like how they
They're
write characters.
unhinged.
I just don't like the people that they have
Yeah.
in the as like in their sphere of whatever the movie is. There's no one, especially in Talk to Me. I was like, I don't fucking care about any of these people.
That's true.
Which sounds really cold, but
No,
I
just, like, hear you.
I am annoyed almost.
Yeah, like you kind of want to watch them all die.
A little bit. You're like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because they're all kind
But
of
that is
terrible.
like a certain genre of
yeah.
of
And like Bring Her
horror.
Back
It's like-
was better, but it also just kind of pissed me off. And we can talk about it off air.
Okay.
Because yeah, we need to shut the fuck up. But
we should definitely do that. At least I should,
Yeah. No,
and
yeah.
you should talk about something else. What
we
are
can
we
talk
talking about?
over sushi when we
Yeah, we
eat
should-
sushi
okay.
later. Yeah, our spooky Halloween sushi.
We're having the best night ever already.
But yes, we should get into this.
What are we talking about?
Okay, because this is gonna be a little bit longer
Okay.
of an episode.
Okay.
So just fucking buckle up, bitches.
All right, fine. Let me sit back.
Cozy up.
Oh.
Get your pillows in the right position.
Yeah.
One night in 1996, a group of mountaineers emerged from their tents at Camp 4 on Mount Everest, 26,000 feet above sea level. The wind had been howling all night, too loud to let anyone get any rest for their impending summit attempt. But then around 11 p.m., the wind subsided, and the group was told by their guides, "Suit up, it's time to go." Down-filled suits were put on, respirators and heavy oxygen tanks were checked, and crampons were strapped onto boots. When they emerged from their tents, the stillness of the summit above, shrouded by stars, and the Milky Way took their breath away. But beneath the heart-pounding excitement, there was also an unease. The weather window was small. The group size, experience, and health were questioned, and by the end, multiple lives would be lost.
Oof.
The disaster would change commercial mountaineering and how much one should be willing to sacrifice in the pursuit of adventure. This is the 1996 Mount Everest disaster.
Okay, I'm ready. It's going to be very hard for me not to be judgmental.
I know, same.
Speaking of before, when you were like, I don't have a lot of sympathy for all you people that are going to die in this movie, this is an absolutely batshit crazy thing to do.
Yeah, I
and
think
I don't
it's-
think you should die.
No.
I think if you do, these are the risks that you took, and it sounds
Absolutely.
terrifying and awful. And
I wouldn't. I want to summit Mount Rainier. You know, at some point in my life, and that is about as far as I want to go with
Okay.
mountaineering. I don't need to go higher than that.
got it, noted. And yeah, you gotta be careful and prepared.
Yeah, very prepared.
And now I'm sure you'll talk about it later, but all the Everest, like the
stuff that's happening right now up in
Yeah,
Everest,
the
it was one of
problems.
the reason why I was like,
this is why you picked this episode.
yeah. It just
Okay.
it made me think about it.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
All right, this is
Because
gonna
there
be.
is a scripted movie. I almost had you watch the movie. It's called, I think it's just called Everest.
I've seen it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. That is based on this story.
Oh, no, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Goddamn nightmare. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So
It's stressing me out.
I am sweaty and I'm
I'm
sitting
afraid
on
of
bed.
heights, and I
Yeah,
don't really
you
like
could
to
not.
hike like this. And I don't remember what else I was.
You just don't need to be up that high.
I agree.
You just don't need to be up there.
It's
Like,
not
we
for
don't
me.
need to be up
I
there.
don't really want to go hiking either. Like, that sounds painful and miserable and scary. Really fucking scary.
Yeah. So this story circles around 2 main high-profile adventure groups. One is Adventure Consultants, led by Kiwi Rob Hall, and Mountain Madness, led by American Scott Fisher. I have pictures later. Both men had summited Everest multiple times, and Rob had actually summited the most times as a non-Sherpa.
Damn.
Yeah, I think he had done 4 or 5 times at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 4 or 5 times?
Yes.
How many times does a Sherpa, like, on average do it? Hundreds,
Sherpas are like
maybe?
fucking running up and down that goddamn thing, I swear.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, then 4 or 5 is not that many times, just to make that clear.
it's enough times.
I take it back.
To
4 times is a lot of times.
4 times
But I'm just saying that's...
compared to a Sherpa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's all
was
about the comparison, right?
I was
4
thinking
times
a
is
lot more than
for us.
It's a lot from, a non-Sherpa.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I just thought it would be like
Already
60
judgmental.
times. I was like, God damn.
No.
4 times. Okay.
Actually, you know what? I don't even know how many times the Sherpa's done it. I just said they run up and down that thing.
You're right.
Yeah. If
It's their job.
if anyone's going to do it, it's them.
I would assume they do it like at least once a year.
Yeah. And
However many years
they're
that we're
literally
doing it.
born in the Himalayas. That's their whole culture, right? Yeah. So both men had summited Everest multiple times, like I just said, and both were highly regarded in the mountaineering community in general.
Yeah. Okay.
These were like the top-notch dudes.
Okay. 4 times. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like not enough times, clearly.
Keep saying 4 times.
It's like not
He
enough
had been
times.
on Everest way more than that. That is just the amount of times he'd actually gone up to the summit.
Okay.
He had been climbing Everest.
Again, I'm sorry.
for
I'm going to
multiple
try
years.
to behave, but it's never going to be me. But it would need to be more than 4 times for me to be like, okay, I'll go with you, sir. I need more times.
Yeah, I don't know. While Rob and Scott were both well respected, they differed in the way that they ran their camps.
Okay.
Rob.
I love a workplace rivalry.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. We're not going to get through 2 episodes.
I know, you're already so unhinged. It's okay. So, Rob was all about rigid routine and sticking to the routine.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good way to
He's
do it.
probably the guy you want,
Yeah.
honestly. If I would have to pick one of these 2, it would have been Rob.
Okay.
And Scott's style was a little more casual, let's say. So, for example, when it came to training schedules up on Everest, Rob had his group hike up and down to different camps together and take rest days together. While Scott's team was more of a choose your own adventure when it came to your training.
Okay.
And Rob was a little bit more like, you stay with your guides, you stay with your Sherpas, and Scott was a little bit more free flowing,
Okay.
I would say. Maybe more like jazz. Just like,
Why?
it's just fucking their mentality. Like
Okay.
Scott was like a hippie, Rob was a little more rigid and strict.
Okay, he just wasn't
Yeah,
as worried about safety as the other guy.
maybe.
Or like
I
he
think
didn't
they're both.
worried in the sense that not as much anxiety about it.
Yeah, maybe
Everything's going to be fine.
One's a type 2, one's a type.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one's a Virgo. And one is everybody else. So, Metro's consultants team consisted of Rob Hall, who was the lead guy, who we've already talked about, the main guy who owned the company, actually, this is probably where the gummy bears can come out, along with the 2 other guides named Andy Harris and Mike Groom.
Okay.
And I'm putting out gummy bears for a visual for Meg.
That's all I learned that means.
All right. So we got Rob.
God, it's going to be really hard not to eat that.
I know. We got Mike. And we've got Andy.
Okay, so Rob is the green gummy bear.
I mean, there's only 6 colors, so I wouldn't memorize them like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in this story.
Okay.
I'm trying to give you a visual. So
Okay.
we got Rob, we've got Andy, we got Mike. Rob is the head of Adventures Consultants. Andy and Mike are his guides.
Okay.
Guides are the people in charge of the group, right?
Sure.
To help. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then the clients were Doug Hansen and Beck Weathers and Suko Namba. And then we have John Krakauer,
Okay. A boss.
a boss. And then we have Stuart Hutchinson, Lou Kaczynski, Frank Fishbeck, and John Task. Okay. So we got all of these clients.
So juicy.
Okay, so Doug Hansen. He worked in construction. He also worked for the Postal Service, and he had worked 2 jobs, and he was on the previous expedition in 1995 with Rob and Adventure Consultants, but they didn't summit that year.
Okay.
The year prior.
That makes sense that you'd want to try again.
Yeah. And so Doug had been working like his ass off to try to like pay for this because it's expensive to climb Everest, right? There's a whole ass problem with that as well. And so this year in 96, Rob gave Doug like a pretty hefty discount so Doug could go back and try to re-summit Everest.
Okay. That
So
makes
then
sense.
Beck Weathers is a guy from Texas who is a mountaineer, but he's not really familiar with like high altitude climbing like this in Everest. But he was seasoned, but maybe not like an expert, I would say.
Okay. Is his last name Beck Weathers or his name is Beck Weathers?
Beck Weathers.
Beck Weathers.
Beck Weathers.
Okay.
Yeah. He's played by Josh Brolin in the movie.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen it.
I have it. I don't remember.
Okay.
So.
And then Yasuko Namba is from Japan.
Yeah.
And she is actually trying to finish her 7 summits record.
Yeah. Okay.
As the oldest Japanese woman to complete it.
All right. That's ringing a bell from the
Okay. And then
movie.
Yeah, and then John Krakauer, he was actually there as like press, and he was writing an article for Outside Magazine.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he wrote a book about this.
And he wrote a book about this.
Which is what the movie's made after it. I think it's
so.
his book. They made a movie.
So yeah, John Krakauer wrote Into Thin Air, which is the book about this story. He also wrote Into the Wild.
Yeah.
He likes to be into things. Sorry, that's stupid. And then there's the other 4 guys. They're not really big players in this story. It's really these 4 and then the other 4 clients, essentially. And basically, for every person, there's also a Sherpa.
Oh, okay.
So
lot of
that
people.
is the Adventure Consultants group, essentially. And double these gummy bears. I'm not going to line them out for you, okay?
You shouldn't touch all the gummy bears.
I won't. Oh.
You can.
Oh, okay. Do
fine.
you want to put them out?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Actually, that might be helpful if you put them out.
Like I can. Okay, fine.
So
we're
Mountain
keeping these
Madness-
out, and then I'm adding more.
Yes. Okay, so next is Mountain Madness.
I really do have to touch them all. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Mountain Madness consists of Scott Fisher, along with his guides Anatoly Bokharev and Neil Beetleman, and Lean Gamelgard.
Okay.
So there's Scott and then his 3 guides. And then their clients are Charlotte Fox, Tim Madsen, Sandy Pittman, Pete Schoening, Dale Cruz, and Kiev Schroning.
Okay.
And then Mountain Madness also has multiple Sherpas as well.
Okay. How many Sherpas?
I think Mountain Madness had 5. She ate one of the Sherpas.
Oh shit. I have to stop, but they're so good. Oh fuck! They're just sitting next to me. It's not fair.
So both men and climbing companies themselves had a lot riding on the line in their 1996 season. One of the reasons why is because both teams had reporters on board reporting to high-profile news outlets. John Krakauer, going to Outside Magazine, and then Sandy Pittman, she's a socialite.
Oh.
But she's also a mountaineer. She had done like a lot of mountaineering. She's a socialite, but she's also using a satellite phone to give real-time updates to NBC News.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And this is like one of the first times this has ever happened. And that satellite phone was 30 fucking pounds.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. Who carried it? Not her. The Sherpa probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was a big problem. So Sandy, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know, she was kind of made a villain in this story. And I think maybe just because she was an easy target because she was a socialite, she's beautiful. Like, it's just, you know.
One of the few women out there.
Exactly. I mean, there's also Charlotte.
Yeah.
On her team. And then
you know what? I'm not going to lie. I was busy paying attention to the gummy bears. I was listening to the names.
Yeah. So there's Sandy, and then there's Charlotte.
Okay. Are there other women on this one?
No.
There's the Japanese woman on the one team.
There's Yasuko, and then Charlotte and Sandy. Sorry.
Oh, Sandy. Okay.
Yeah. So there's 3 women in this group.
Yeah.
In the movie, there's only Yasuko.
That makes
I would
sense.
say. Yeah. So I didn't know that until I
that there were
did
other
the
women.
research. Yeah. I was like, oh shit.
No,
and
I didn't.
in a part that's kind of insignificant, I will say too, which is unfortunate. And this is a picture of, so part of it is the Mountain Madness crew, and then below is Scott Fisher, Anatoly, and then Neil.
Honestly, they all look like cool people.
I know, right?
They do. They look like they're out there having a good time. God damn, it's so sad.
Yeah, on the bottom there's Scott, Anatoly, and Neil.
You know what? I take it back. These guys look like I don't know. I still wouldn't be out there, but I see it. I can see it.
They're competent, I will say.
Yeah,
I don't think you can not be competent and do this.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
I just thought 4 times wasn't a shocking number. But yeah, these guys look like they climbed up Everest 4 times.
Yeah. So both teams had not been able to reach the summit in 1995 season. And so the season to climb Everest is like 2 weeks. It's the end of April and the beginning of May.
Wow.
That's it. I did not know that. It might be a little bit wider now because of climate change, but back then at least, it was only 2 weeks. So they weren't able to climb the summit due to bad weather, because even if you have a weather window, sometimes not big enough, or you just can't make it, right? Unfortunately, when you're up there. So the pressure of making it to the summit this year, along with the press coverage and the fact that everyone in this mountain had paid over $65,000 to be there.
Whoa.
Was really putting the pressure on Scott and Rob, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, okay.
Besides these 2 teams, there was also a Taiwanese team attempting an Everest summit, along with a team shooting an IMAX movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which I think is probably the IMAX movie we've seen at Seattle Science Center when we were kids. It's probably that movie.
Think about how dangerous it was at the time to capture this footage.
Yeah.
Now we just use drones, but...
Yeah. I don't think a drone can get this high.
Really?
I think the air's too thin.
I have no idea.
This is where planes go.
Drones can go.
The top? Okay, I don't fucking know. Some drones, right. I guess, yes. A really high-end drone. Yeah. I'm thinking like a dinky little, you'd use it with your phone.
No.
No. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
You're like, just some fucking bro shooting footage of Everest. No. Okay, so that makes more sense. So... because of the huge number of climbers that year, all the guides and Sherpas decided to have a meeting and decide on set dates for each team to have their summit attempts. So the Taiwanese team is like 5 people, including a bunch of Sherpas. The IMAX team, I think, is 8, including a bunch of Sherpas. There's a lot of people, which I feel like...
it's a lot to coordinate.
And I feel like in today's standards, not that many people. When we look at Everest now, because you just see the fucking conga line
you
going
mean
up.
of people doing it.
Yeah.
For sure. But that's why it's a problem. It didn't help. Or this was maybe the beginning of...
yeah, this is, I think, the beginning of the problem, for sure. Yeah, so everyone's sitting together, all the leads, all the guides, all the Sherpas. They're like, okay, we need to figure out who's going when, right? And for some reason, Scott and Rob decide to have their 2 large groups, which is, you gotta actually add the Sherpas on here too. We don't have to, but you think about it. They're going to summit together, roughly.
Okay.
On the same day, on May 10th.
Okay.
Which is Rob's lucky day, is what he called it.
Okay. Are these guys buddies?
They are friends. Okay. I don't know if they're like besties.
Business partners. They have 2 different...
I think they have a lot of respect and admiration for each other. Sure. Even though they had very different styles, I think they can see each other's clock your game. Like, okay. You're the real deal, right? Okay. So adventurous consultants in Mountain Madness would spend the next few weeks training their teams on Mount Everest, which is something I don't think people realize is you're up there for weeks.
I had no idea.
They spend like 6 weeks.
They do?
So it's like they're acclimatizing, you know, because the air is a lot thinner.
Yeah.
And they'll start at like base camp. They'll hike up to camp 1 and stay up there for a day and then come back down. And then there's another day where like they'll go to camp 1 and then they'll hike to camp 2. And then they'll go all the way back down and have a rest day.
Oh, wow.
And they're also checking with the doctor, and they're, hanging out at base camp together.
So terrible to me.
And then, and then some days they'll hike for 4 or 5 hours, try to see as far as they can get, and then come back down. It's like they're training.
Yeah.
So they're already in shape.
Yeah.
You have to be in shape to get up there, because getting to base camp is also like a multiple week trek.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's expensive and crazy to do this, because you're also probably taking 3 months, 4 months off of work.
Okay. Then for times puts it in a little more perspective.
Yeah.
It's like a couple of years up there.
Yeah.
2 years probably if you did that
sure,
many times.
to get used to it just in general. Yeah. So so they're going up and down and they're trying to get used to the climate. And then there's also climate sickness or, altitude sickness up there. It's kind of crazy because you can be in the best fucking shape. You can have like the most cardio. You can do the most things, but climate sickness can fuck you up. No, it fucks everybody up no matter what, but some people it just hits harder and there's no like kind of rhyme or reason to it, which is really unfortunate. So they're also trying to make sure that everyone who can do it can handle it.
Oh, it's sort of, you're weeded out if you can.
Yeah, you're weeded out a little bit, unfortunately.
What's it like?
So it's generally, it kind of, people like get like
sickness?
coughs.
Really? Coughs? Oh.
There's a lot of coughing.
Oh, okay.
Like drowsiness, headaches.
Okay.
Interesting. That type of stuff.
Nausea? Are they throwing up?
There's some nausea. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. So the groups would climb up and down to camps 2 and 3, like I just said, and they would get regular health checks by their doctors at base camp. So many of the climbers would also have some sort of cough throughout their training and get used to the thin air up on Everest, but it was nothing short of brutal.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I just said. So the weather up on Everest was also not helping the group. Hurricane force winds and storms were coming through almost daily and getting closer and closer to that May 10th date. Everyone was starting to feel like their summit attempt would not be happening this year.
No.
Which really sucks.
Hurricane force winds.
Yeah. It's like Gus. Crazy.
Jesus.
It's the tallest fucking place on Earth.
Okay.
We shouldn't be up there.
Yeah, okay.
Like the top of Everest is where planes are.
Yeah, that's true. It's
crazy.
Yeah, that's high.
Yeah, it's
Not
very
for
high.
me. I don't like that at all.
I think I can maybe chill at base camp because base camp sounds kind of chill. Like it's everyone's just like hanging out in the tents and like partying.
Sure.
Up at a very high altitude. But I think that'd be my end. Like it's be like I'm in the Himalayas. This is cool. I'm drinking. It's great. And I'll leave.
I like it.
Yeah.
No shame.
I'm not going any further than that. Let's be real. So, despite the weather, the Mountain Madness and Adventure Consultant expeditions climbed to Camp 3, which is 23,500 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Which is about 7,000 meters. Just to give you an idea. So they go up the Lhotse face to the South Pole on May 8th. And the group had an arduous time getting up to Camp 3, and then they had to get to Camp 4 after that due to high winds. So they spent most of the evening of May 8th to May 9th prepping their oxygen bottles, drinking tea, and trying to get rest to get ready for their impending summit attempt.
Okay.
And the entire time, winds fucking blowing and
it's a month
howling.
early.
No, they're trying to do it May 10th.
Oh, I thought it was... Okay. I thought it was June 10th.
No, May 10th.
Oh, yeah, because you said May.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is like the end of this season, too, for them.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's what you do. You forget.
It's not paying close enough attention.
It's okay. I'm giving you a lot of information as well. So late into the evening of May 9th, Luke Kaczynski remembers feeling very uneasy about the wind and the weather. And he mentions this to Rob Hall. And Lou is one of these gummy bears at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, one of these guys. And then Rob reminds him that there is never going to be an ideal or perfect weather condition, that they simply have to take the safest weather window possible and go for it.
Okay. How do you fucking decide? What is
It seems like just fucking intuition.
I know.
Like mountain intuition at this point. I think probably now, a little bit different.
Sure.
There's probably more technology.
Got it. That will help.
To give them better forecasts.
Yeah.
But for a lot of it, these guys were like,
yeah, okay.
It's now or never, bud. Let's fucking go.
You're right. Sketchy. Okay.
It's very sketchy. Yeah. Meteorologists had spoken of a storm coming in on May 11th. So Rob Hall and other guides told their groups at 8 p.m. on the evening of May 9th that they would begin their summit attempt in just a few hours at midnight.
Okay, so they are like, we're under the gun a little bit. Mm-hmm. We have to go and do this, or we're not going to be able to do this. Or we're not going to be able to go,
yeah. I don't know if you know this, that they start climbing at night.
Yes.
Yeah, because they don't really want to climb during the day because the sun is like blasting on the snow and it's...
Got it, okay.
You can get sunburn up there.
Got it,
You can go so blind. Also, warmer temperatures means the snow melts and sometimes the glaciers melt and like that can be not good.
Yeah, again, it just adds to the why would you want to do this vibe for me.
So they made the decision that they're going to do the summit attempt. However, this decision would have dire and deadly consequences.
Yeah, it sounds like it probably does.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And maybe that's a good moment to take a break.
Oh, a break.
Yo, bye.
Love horror movies, haunted houses, creepy cult classics? Love a good drink while you scream? Then you need to check out Spooky Sips, the podcast where three spooky-loving ladies dive into horror movies old and new, all while sipping on some delicious spirits of their own. From slashers and slow burns to final girls and found footage, they bring the laughs, the screams, and the cocktails every 2 weeks. So grab your glass, hit play, and join the watch party because horror is better with friends and maybe a little wine. New episodes every other Thursday. Listen to Spooky Sips wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, we are back. So, besides the adventure consultants and the Mountain Madness groups attempting to summit that night, the Taiwanese team had also decided that they were going to go on this day too.
Oh, no.
Which meant there was going to be over 30 people trying to summit on the 10th. It's kind of fucked up. So, the Taiwanese team had originally said they're going to go on the 11th. But with that storm coming in, they decided that they were just going to go on the 10th instead. Which, not fucking cool, I will say, because you're bottlenecking more than it probably would have been.
Yeah.
There's also been a lot of scrutiny of this Taiwanese team specifically because it seems like they were very underprepared and underexperienced.
Really?
Yeah, they had been rescued like the year prior on another mountain because they just were not prepared for it.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
And one of the guys on the Taiwanese team actually dies at Camp 4 before the summit attempt because he went outside to pee and he had just put like his boot liners on. He didn't put his actual like, crampons on. You know what crampons are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he didn't put those on and he slipped and fell in a crevasse while
Oh my
going out
God.
to pee. And originally he was fine. The Sherpas got him. They were taking him back down to base camp. But he had had some sort of like internal injury and died before
my God.
even the summit attempt happened.
Wow.
And which kind of freaked the Sherpas out because they're
Was
very
it bad?
superstitious.
Oh,
and they're
no.
like, this isn't good. This is
This
ominous.
is a bad way to start.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
So they had lost somebody before even attempting the summit.
Okay.
Which is also kind of fucked up because you're like, you wouldn't go home after that? Be like, our friend died?
Oh, no. I think that,
I don't
as
think-
you'll
yeah.
talk about it later, nobody gives a fuck about each other up there.
I mean, I don't know. I think they do. I just think it's kind of... It's a weird place because you're like, I want to help you, but if I help you,
I can't.
I die
It's you
too.
or me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. It's like survival of the richest almost or something.
They had literally have to step over other dead bodies to do this.
Yeah, and there was one of the guys on the Taiwanese team. His name was Maklao. He talked about. He was like, he would want us to keep going. Would he have? the guy who died. His name was Chen. He's like, Chen would have wanted us to keep going. It's like,
Maybe all of those dead people you're stepping over are there to warn you. Maybe you should stop doing this.
I think we'll eventually do maybe like just a Bodies of Everest
Oh, okay.
episode at some point. But
Yeah.
yeah, just to give some more context, I chose a story before I did that first. Oh, and this is a map of. So they're right now at Camp 4. And
Oh my
so
God, it's just straight up.
so South Cole is like a big open like
Like a,
area, almost like a snowfield
yeah.
type of situation. And then so getting up there's this area called the balcony, which we will talk about, and there's another area called the Hillary Step, which is another big significant part, which is about up here.
Okay.
And then the summit is there, obviously. And the Hillary Step is kind of the last spot before you get to the summit. It's like the most technical part of the climb.
Okay.
Because climbing
Jesus.
Everest itself isn't actually that technical when it comes to mountaineering. You're not using your ice axe to like, climb up glaciers and stuff. You're not using a lot of like rope work and like belaying and stuff like that. It's mostly walking.
Oh,
You are hooked into a rope, and there are some places that are like a little bit of a steep scramble.
okay.
But when it comes to like mountaineering in itself,
Interesting.
it's actually not that technically hard. It's just the hard part of it is how high up you are.
And steep.
And it's steep. It's not mountaineering steep.
Right. Okay.
It's
Yeah,
a
you're
different
just
type of steep, I
explaining.
guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's some scrambling, which is maybe you have to use 3 points of contact or 4 points of contact to climb up. And you're always connected to a rope, which the ropes are a big part of this too. And
Yeah.
but it's not like K2 is like the hardest mountain to climb. And just in general, it's just like
Where's that?
K2, I believe it's somewhere in Europe. It might be
Oh.
in the Himalayas as well.
Okay.
It might be or in the Alps.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. I know K2 is definitely somewhere on basically the other side of the world. But K2 is a very hard technical climb. So you couldn't pay to go on K2. You have to like basically earn the right to go on K2. Whereas Everest, you could pay and have people take you up there.
Okay.
Essentially, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Not
didn't
saying
know that.
it's not a feat
Yeah.
in itself, but it's like owning a Cybertruck.
Interesting.
Where you're
Okay.
like, you have bragging rights because you have money and you have money to waste as opposed to earning it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Sure. I mean, also, I feel like you must have to be fit
You have to be fit for
and
sure.
like committed.
Yeah. And the thing about this like group too specifically is they weren't technically very experienced mountaineers. They actually hadn't even done like a ton of actual mountaineering to lead up to this. Like a lot of them had trained in like gyms
Oh no.
on like treadmills and stairmasters and stuff.
See, this is what I mean. We're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
We're doing it for
You're
the wrong
doing
reasons.
it for like a picture up top
Maybe. Or bragging rights.
or bragging rights. It's a little bit of like an ego thing, I think, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the first delay on this summit attempt happened almost right away in an area of the mountain called the balcony, which I just mentioned. And it's not clear how this happened, but set ropes were supposed to be set in place by the guides and Sherpas. But for some reason, this didn't happen before the groups were there.
Okay, that sounds bad. And
Yeah.
there's no way of knowing that?
So it's kind of a mixed bag on the stories. It sounds like because the IMAX team was like coming down after and they didn't make their summit attempt. They're like, we couldn't do it. The weather was too bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but and there have been like a couple other teams that have come down as well. And it sounds like maybe through the grapevine, it was kind of implied that the ropes were already set up. And
But they didn't go all the way up there.
they
so
didn't go
why
all the
would
way
they
through
have
the
set
check
those
because
up?
why would they? Because you don't go into
Why would they?
Yeah, you don't go. So like after Camp 4, it's the Death Zone.
Okay.
So the Death Zone is where like your body will never get used to the climate.
Oh my God.
Like you're deteriorating.
You were on borrowed time.
You're on borrowed time.
Okay.
You like there's a lot of people that
think
just
about that.
use supplemental oxygen. There's some people that don't do oxygen at all. Like Anatoly, one of the guides for this group, never uses oxygen
Wow.
up there. That guy's a fucking badass.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Sounds like it.
yeah, so you don't go up there just to like double check something, right? You just take people's words for it, unfortunately. And so it's never.
Why would someone say they had done that though? I feel like it was.
But there's also like something could
an
have happened.
assumption. Maybe.
Maybe like some ropes snapped from the weather. You know,
and that's why they didn't go. God. Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm just like.
No. It is a good question because you're like, do you just assume? And it sounds like they did, and unfortunately, they assumed wrong.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, for almost an hour at the balcony, Sherpas began installing the ropes needed to climb the balcony itself, which caused a bottleneck of now the adventurers consultants, the Mountain Madness, and the Taiwanese groups
Okay.
to like basically now sit in the death zone.
So they're just delayed. Yes.
Yeah,
in
waiting
where
to continue their climb. And the thing about
Wow.
they started like midnight, right? And they try to get to the summit basically in the morning.
So you can see it.
So they get, also just because timing wise, you don't want to be climbing back down in the dark.
Exactly. Right.
And you have to try to get like up and down as quickly as possible. And there's a lot of people that say like a successful summit attempt is getting all the way up and getting all the way down. It's not just one way, right? It's a loop.
Sure.
You have to get all the way down, right? And Rob was kind of emphasizing that if they were not to the top at the summit at 2 p.m., no matter where you were, you had to turn around and go back.
Okay.
That was his strict, he was like the strict guy. He was very rigorous. He's like, no, if you're not up there at 2, you have to go back.
Okay.
No matter where you are, unfortunately. You could be 3 steps from the summit, which 3 steps takes fucking 30 minutes to do up there.
Got it. Okay.
You know, it's not just like walking. Like it's
I can't even fathom it. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so any delay is very significant. It's very bad, for lack of a better word. And so this first delay, which sucks, and it could have been avoided. Yeah, so balcony, first problem. And like Sherpas trying to fix the ropes. Anatoly and Neil also step in and try to help too, these 2 guides. And so that's their first delay. The next major delay was at the Hillary step, which is kind of, it's like this little like, it's almost like a ridge line, and then it goes up.
Okay.
And that's like the really more the technical part of the climb.
Okay.
It's almost like a 40% grade slope, which is significant. So this is, like I just said, this is the last technical part of the climb, getting to the summit, where once again, the ropes were not in place. Once again, Sherpas made an assumption.
They had to know that they wouldn't be in place because the lower place.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Like,
the
but like,
hell?
what are you supposed to do? Like, you still have to go up, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So once again, Sherpas had to reinstall more ropes, which causes another bottleneck. And all of these climbing groups are trying to like get to the summit.
Yeah.
And you have to use ropes in this section because it's like the most dangerous section. Of,
Sure. Okay.
Like the climb in itself.
Okay.
So you can't avoid it. And there's a moment where Maklao, one of the Taiwanese climbers, he said he was like standing there waiting. He's like, why is everyone going so fucking slow? And then he says once he got like to the point of climbing on like the step, he's like, oh, this is fucking hard.
Oh.
That's why it's taking so long.
Yeah.
And like one of the big things about Rob's group in general for this hike is Rob's group was very slow,
Okay.
just in general,
Okay.
which is not great.
It's not great.
Yeah.
Are they first in line? Or they're kind of all, are they mixed together? Like, how does it work?
It's a bit of a mixed bag.
Interesting.
Now.
Okay.
Because now people are kind of passing each other.
Sure.
Like they're kind of like, you know,
Okay.
jumping around. But Rob was staying back with a lot of the slower people as well, unfortunately. So at this point on the Hillary step, climbers are now seeing dawn come over the horizon. And realistically, you want to be close to the top at dawn, unfortunately.
They're not close to the top?
They're not. The Hillary step is like down here.
Oh, okay.
So you still have to get all the way up there.
Okay.
So it's not
They're
great.
late. They're late.
They're
late.
very late.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
They're not like a me late, like I'm 15 minutes late. They're like you're hours late.
Oh, no. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
That explains-
panicking. Yeah. You like
Shit.
overslept through your alarm and you had an appointment late or
Yeah.
something. Mm-hmm. So some of the climbers are now seeing the dawn come over the horizon, begin to realize that they're significantly delayed and will probably not make the summit by 1 to 2 p.m., like I said before.
Doesn't seem like it.
So this is when Lou, Frank, John, and Stuart, all from Rob's group, Adventure Consultants, who have been very strict about his timeline. So they're like at the Hillary step, and they're like, we got to turn around.
Good.
And so those 4 guys decide to turn around and go back to Camp 4, which is a decision that definitely saved their lives. And we'll talk more about that later. So around 1:07 p.m., Anatoly, the guy without using oxygen, is the first person in both of these groups to make it to the summit. He's one of the guys for these guys. So behind him were the other faster climbers, which is John Krakauer, Andy Harris, and Neil Bielman. So Andy is one of the other guides, and then Neil is another guide. So it's the 3 guides that make it up the fastest, which kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, I guess. But you would think they'd be...
Well, so they were also trying to get ahead to set up ropes at this point.
Okay, that makes sense.
So they're trying to like pound ahead to get ropes
Make
set
it
up
easier for
everybody.
everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Do you have to go up and down the same path? Like,
Yes.
everyone has to get up.
Yes.
And then everyone has to go
there's
down.
different routes, but this is the south route. This is the most popular route. There's another route on the Tibet side. They're going through Nepal.
But that's not close to...
It's,
how
just
do you
it's on the other side of the fucking mountain. You basically have to go through Tibet. You
Got
go
it.
through Nepal.
Got it.
Yeah, this is the most popular route.
Okay.
to get to the
So
summit of Everest.
they're like waiting for everyone to get up before they can all start to go back.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
So Anatoly eventually, he starts heading back down because since he is the lead guide for Mountain Madness, he's getting back down to like basically set up like concessions for everybody at the end. Like he's setting up tea, he's getting like sleeping bags, he's getting like oxygen ready for people.
Yeah.
He's waiting for, everyone to come down and make
people.
them, to get comfortable, right? And so it's John Krakauer, who is the writer,
Yes.
Andy Harris, who is one of the guides, and then Neil Bielman, who's another guide. So they're the three besides Anatoly that get to the top quickly. So around 2:30 p.m., after the timeline, Rob Hall gets to the top of Everest. He summits. And he's with a few of his clients, which is 30 minutes after his hard turnaround time, which not good. And at this point, the Mountain Madness and the Adventure Consultants groups have kind of like mixed together.
Sure.
And so like Yasuka was with him at this point, and a couple of the other people as well. And that is also when the weather in the expedition started to take a turn for the worse.
Okay.
So they should have been on the way back down by now. Like, ideally way earlier, but unfortunately that's not what happened. So the rest of this story, I'm going to give you 3 different spaces on Everest and like kind of the 3 different scenarios of what happened on these people in these spaces.
Okay.
So the first area is Doug Hansen and Rob Hall. At approximately 3 p.m., Doug Hansen was seen above the Hillary Step by Sherpa guide Ang Doje Sherpa, who ordered him to descend. So Doug's still going up at 3 p.m. and one of the Sherpas is coming down.
Yeah, like
and he was like, "You got to go," and Doug's like, "No, I'm going."
Okay.
They call it summit fever. Is what they call it.
They feel like they're close enough.
Yes. Yeah.
It didn't sound like he was that close.
He
though.
wasn't that close.
Okay.
No. And this is like right after the Hillary Step.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, and Doug had been struggling the entire time. He had a really bad cough, but he just had this commitment to do this. And, he was just like an average dude who'd spent a lot of fucking money twice, essentially, to do this. And so he's like, no, I'm doing it.
Got it. Okay.
Even though Rob was like, 2 p.m., hardline. Doug's like, no.
Okay.
So Rob Hall is also heading down at this time, and he's seeing Doug in distress, and he's like determined to get up there. And so Rob stays with Doug rather than leaving him to descend at this point. So according to most timelines, they both summited Everest well past the safe turnaround time at approximately 3:30 p.m.
So Rob went back up with him?
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
I know. And like it sounds like Rob really had a lot of love for Doug. Like he really liked him as a guy. And like it sounds like Doug was a very charismatic and cool dude. And Rob knew that he worked so hard to do this. And he probably wasn't gonna be able to come back and do it again.
Yeah.
Just because of the expense of it. And so Rob really wanted to help him get up there, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah.
So Rob goes in and says he's going to stay with Doug because Doug had run out of oxygen at this point and was clearly not doing well.
Oh my God.
So Doug was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting up there no matter what, unfortunately.
Okay.
Which, if you watch the Everest movie, this part really pisses me off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm like, fucking Doug. Like, Rob probably would have been fine. Yeah. So it's also around this time that others in Rob and Scott's group say that they passed Rob and Doug while still above the Hillary Step. And they're moving very slowly.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So everyone's kind of going down, and they're going down now at this point, but they're going very, very slowly because Doug is not good.
Okay.
Right?
So they'd make it up and they're on their way back down. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So after the storm hit that evening around like 4-ish, and Rob and Doug are back now on the Hillary Step, both men struggled in the now zero visibility and extreme cold.
Ugh.
And we're now stuck on the Hillary Step in the death zone.
Oh no, that's bad. That's very bad.
And it's due to Doug not being able to make it back down. So,
Jesus.
and like Doug had actually collapsed at this point up there. And Rob just, for whatever reason, didn't want to leave him. This is why you leave people up in Everest. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. Is that
It sucks. And I don't know if there was a conversation or, Rob just felt, this is my client. This is my friend. I'm going to make sure he's okay. because it sounds like maybe Rob could have made it, but like he didn't want to leave Doug, unfortunately.
Choices are being made.
Choices are being made, yeah. So Andy Harris, one of the guides who had summited at around 107, who was almost all the way back down. Not almost all the way back down, but like he was on his way back down. So he's hearing about the situation because they all have radios. He's hearing about the situation that Rob and Doug were in. And he decides to go back up to the Hillary step and bring Rob and Doug supplemental oxygen.
Okay.
It seems
a noble thing to do.
I know. It seems like Andy did make it to the Hillary step, but he never makes it back down.
Oh, God.
And his body is still up in Everest somewhere. So Andy's gone.
Oh, no. It's so terrible.
We're now in the nighttime of May 10th. Rob Hall radioed that Doug Hansen had collapsed near the Hillary step and is now unresponsive. So he has a radio to base camp. And so multiple Sherpas attempt to climb back up to assist, but they were forced to retreat due to the worsening weather conditions and nightfall itself.
Damn.
It's really sad. There's one of the Sherpas is like, I got like 100 meters to the Hillary step. He's like, I just could not make it. And he's like, I left tea in the hopes that maybe Rob could get down to this spot and get the tea.
So it could warm up a little bit.
So it could warm up a little bit.
Oh my God, it's so tragic.
I know, it really is. He like, you could just tell he's so sad about it.
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
Yeah.
So Rob Hall stayed in the Hillary step with Doug Hansen, where he does occasionally radio in and say that they do need help. But as Rob had once put it, if you're up there, you might as well be on the moon.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing that
anyone can do. Yeah. At 4:43 a.m. on May 11th, Rob radioed base camp. Doug is gone. The whereabouts of Doug remains are still unknown.
Wow.
He's just somewhere up there. They don't know where. Rob Hall stayed near the South Summit area, unable to descend now because now he's fucked. His oxygen supply was nearly depleted and he was suffering from frostbite and altitude sickness at this point.
Yikes.
And once again, Sherpas did try to reach him, but the storm was still happening and it was just basically impossible to get to him at this point, which really fucking sucks.
Because they can't see.
Because he's like sitting up there too.
Yeah.
They can't even get to like where he is. The storm is just too bad. And it sucks because he's like radioing in and he's like talking to his base camp.
Yeah.
And there's nothing anyone can do. And he kind of knows that as well too.
Yeah.
Rob remained calm, seemingly aware of his fate, and radioed his wife Jan in New Zealand in a now famous final conversation where he says, "Sleep, my sweetheart. Please don't worry too much." And it sounded like his wife was pregnant with their daughter at this point.
Oh no.
And he like named her.
Wow.
Yeah, and one of the like women who was in charge of base camp for adventure consultants, she talked about because she had a satellite phone and she had the radio. And she basically held the radio to the satellite phone and listened to their conversation. And she said she was just like sobbing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's
Truly.
so fucking sad.
Extremely.
So Rob's last known transmission was around 6:20 a.m. on May 11th. After that, contact was lost.
In the middle of the storm. He was up there in the storm. Jesus.
So Rob Hall's body was later found near the South Summit and it's still clipped into its rope.
Jesus.
Where it remains today.
How many ropes are up there? There's got to be
There's
like litter.
fucking many. Yeah.
A litter of rope.
Yeah, there's just like tons and tons of ropes. So Rob's gone.
Yeah. When you eat one, I eat one.
So all of these things are kind of happening at the same time, but I'm just giving it like different areas. So that was Rob and Doug's demise, unfortunately. So next we're going to get into Scott Fisher in Mucklau. So Scott Fisher began his summit climb also on May 10th as planned, but he was moving unusually slow and he was falling behind his clients and his Sherpa team. And this was partially because he had accompanied one of his sick clients all the way back down to base camp.
And then turned around and come back?
And then turned around and came back.
Okay.
Which you're...
Why?
It's kind of not known. Evidently, Scott was kind of known to not know his limits, is what a lot of people say. And he had seemed like kind of not doing well for the last like week or two before the summit attempt. And he was doing... he was taking the shot, I think it's called dexamethasone, to like basically help with the altitude sickness. I don't know what it does, but he's like basically just like injecting himself with this drug to help him get through it.
Okay.
But then he also did this thing where he fucking, I think it was one of his sick clients and one of his Sherpas were just like not doing well. So he like helps them get back down to base camp. And instead of maybe just deciding to also stay at base camp because he's not doing well, and he has this like idea that like he has to push himself and this is his company and this is his business.
He's got to
like,
do it every time they do it?
I guess. I don't fucking know.
Interesting.
Even though like it's his Sherpas or his guys fucking had it, you know,
They're
under control. But it's also, there was some like stuff going on with him and Anatoly because Anatoly was like his lead guide and he was like, you're not doing enough for us. And Anatoly was like, what? And Anatoly was like from Kazakhstan or something. And maybe there was like a language barrier and some people like didn't like him. Some people loved him. Like he just came off the wrong way for some people. And it just seemed like Scott and him were butting heads. And so maybe there was a bit of a trust issue as well, I would say.
Okay. The workplace dramas.
I know, right? It's like the worst workplace drama up in fucking 26,000 feet in the air.
Men will be toxic anywhere.
Okay. So Sherpa Lopsang, Scott's lead climbing Sherpa, was struggling himself after assisting Sandy Pittman earlier in the climb. And this is a big point of contingency, I think, for some people, because the Sherpa was doing this thing called short roping for Sandy. Sandy is the socialite that has a cell iPhone, who's calling in NBC.
Yes.
And who everyone hates. I think it's because of the story. So the Sherpa had basically like short roped Sandy. And I guess short roping is like basically you tie yourself to another person, you pull them up. And Sandy's claim to this is like, they told me to do that. They're
Probably.
like, they made me because they wanted her to get to the summit.
They probably did.
And they probably didn't trust her to do it herself.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah.
And who's carrying the thing? Is she carrying it?
So the phone was carried to Camp 4. It wasn't carried to the summit.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, but still, it didn't work at Camp 4.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
It didn't work no matter what. Yeah, so like they got to Camp 4 to try to make a call and it's like didn't fucking work up there.
That sucks. Goddamn.
Okay. That poor Sherpa. Yeah, so this Sherpa Lopsang, he's basically pulling Sandy up the hill. Some claims say it's fucking 4 or 5 hours. Sandy says it's like an hour.
Oh.
So it's a big point of discretion. Like John Krakauer's like, she's a fucking bad guy. And she's like, fuck John Krakauer. So, yeah. But no matter what, it happened in some shape or form. I know. It looks like something from the Upside Down.
It doesn't look cool right now.
We turn on the lava lamp and it's doing something. It's not lava-ing.
No, it's not sexy. It's not sexy lava lamp.
It's not like a fun, funky lava lamp time.
No.
Anyways, okay. Other climbers noticed that Fisher looked exhausted and unstable as he approached the Hillary step.
That's for Sherpa.
No, so Scott Fisher is...
Scott Fisher. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the Sherpa Lopsang, he probably could have helped Scott if he hadn't been helping Sandy. I guess that's the point of that bullet. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's his head Sherpa, his like fucking ride or die guy.
Sure.
But he's already
busy.
been tasked with something.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't really... He exhausted himself doing that.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't able to help Scott.
And again, Scott is the one that took himself into this situation. So
Yeah.
we're not feeling bad for Scott right now. I mean, it sucks. But.
Yeah. So Scott finally gets to the summit around 3:45 p.m., which is way too fucking late. And according to his Sherpas and teammates, they described him as barely able to stand when he reaches the top.
Can you imagine?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I can barely stand and now I have to climb down Mount Everest.
I just roll my ass down this fucking hill.
This is impossible. It's so dumb. Okay. I don't. It's so dumb.
Listen,
And it was miserable on a
you're
good
preaching
day.
to the choir.
It was miserable on a good day, Missy.
No,
I don't
it's-
fucking get it. Oh my God. Okay.
So, on the descent, Fisher collapses around 28,000 feet below the south summit and the Hillary step.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he was seen sitting in the snow, unable to move, and repeatedly trying to put his oxygen mask back on, but he was like too weak to adjust it. He's like actively fucking dying.
Yeah, dying. Yeah.
Yeah.
The oxygen probably is not going to save you.
Yeah. So Sherpa Lopsang, he tries to help him, but he's already also depleted and exhausted and can't fucking do it. But Scott Fisher's condition just worsens rapidly. And so Sherpa Lopsang kind of has to leave him, unfortunately.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah. So Maklakao from the Taiwanese expedition also becomes incapacitated at the same area. And they're like, you know, for one's further up the mountain, but they can see each other. They can see each other's headlamps. Mm-hmm. And the Sherpas he was with told him that they were going to go down to Camp 4 and get supplies and come back up for him.
Okay.
But as I mentioned with Rob and Doug, conditions got way fucking worse. And so they couldn't come back and get him.
Oh, no.
Yeah, unfortunately. So Scott and McLeod are now stranded up in the Death Zone, trying to survive the night until morning. That's basically, they're all just trying to hold on. Mm-hmm. But by the time rescuers could return the next day, Fisher was barely alive, and his blue down suit was completely frozen on him.
Wow.
Yeah. And he was showing signs of severe hypoxia, which is lack of oxygen. And he also had like frostbite all over him.
Oh my God.
And so McLeod was like almost dead too. And he's like, says he remembers looking up and watching the Sherpas trying to like give CPR to Scott, like in the fucking death zone. It's so crazy. So McLeod's feet and hands were completely frozen during the frostbite, along with part of his nose. And he said that there was a point where he said he clapped his hands together and it sounded like frozen pork cutlets.
Oh my God.
Yeah, not good.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
Along with it in his nose,
And you
too.
could still be alive.
I know.
Holy shit.
But like your feet, your hands, and your like little digits,
no longer
your digits
alive.
are 86.
And that's why you're still alive, is because your feet and hands, your extremities have sacrificed themselves.
Right.
Or your body was like, we don't need those
And you're
anymore.
like, I guess we don't need these now.
In fact, oh my God.
It's like the ship is sinking, so you're throwing everything out, including the anchor, I guess.
Yeah.
Sherpas tried to give Scott Fisher oxygen and tea on May 11th, but it was very apparent that Scott Fisher was very close to being gone.
The tea is not.
No, the tea is a big thing because it's something that's warming. Like it's a Sherpa thing. I trust the Sherpas.
Okay.
The Sherpas are like, give everyone hot liquids. Do it. All the hot liquids.
Okay. How do you fucking drink it if you're like,
Oh, well, I'll actually
Okay.
give you an example of that later.
God.
So Scott Fisher's body was left up on Everest as well. His body slowly being covered with snow by other groups attempting the summit. So they kind of like, everyone kind of pushed a little snow on him, where his body still remains, just no longer in sight now.
Wow.
Yeah.
How humiliating, too. God.
I know. I don't know what else you can do. You just, they'll be up there.
You can't do anything, but
mean-
it's like, if you die, like, people are going to
Just walk past you.
and your shame of death
Yeah. I don't know.
because you couldn't hack it. Like,
Sometimes there's people that died up there just because they got put in the worst conditions, and what else?
I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm just like, yeah,
You say you implying shame like it's their fucking fault, Meg.
you are there, and they shouldn't be there. We already discussed this.
Anyways, I'm gonna eat Scott Fisher's gummy.
Oh, Scott, it's just humiliating. I'm sorry.
It's not great.
I don't like that at all.
It's not great.
If your house caught on fire and you woke up in the middle of the night and you had to run outside and you didn't have clothing on, that's the same kind of vibe it is to me as like laying there.
You're the one that sleeps naked constantly. That is your fucking scenario.
That's why it feels so personal
That
to
is
me.
your shame. Don't project your shame on these fucking men in this fucking moment.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Sorry, did I just reveal too much about you?
That is my personal business, but
It is a real
I
anxiety.
get very tangled up.
It's a real anxiety because I often do like sleep without pants and like a Winnie the Pooh situation, and I'm like, fuck, if something happens, you're gonna see the worst part of me.
Exactly. You know what? I think that like a nice like ladies boxer brief is actually the perfect solution to this.
Okay,
Because it's not going to get all tangled. I can't have anything loose.
that
You
makes
know?
sense. Yeah. Not too constricting though.
No. They
There's
should
a
be.
fine line.
Yeah.
There's a fine line.
Yes.
Should we make ladies nighttime wear? Should that be our next venture?
Why not?
Right.
It's
No one else is
just
doing
the
it.
right.
There's a kind of company that's doing it, but whatever. Don't worry about it. Okay, go back to the story. So McLeod would lose all of his fingers and his toes due to frostbite.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But he does survive.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he survives.
I thought he might have because it sounded like you talked about him and like he talked about it later.
There's a pretty good
which is great, but
PBS documentary that I watched. It's like most of the survivors on there talking about
this horrific thing.
Yes. Yeah, and McLeod's on there.
I bet he never did it again.
Yeah.
I don't think he could without feet.
He doesn't also... No, there was I think it was Neil...
What?
Who lost most of his fucking toes previously to frostbite.
Okay.
And he still fucking climbed Everest. He was one of the fastest hikers.
Holy shit. Okay.
I know. Good for you, Neil. Okay. So while the heads of both Matt Madness and Venture Consultants were still up on the summit, like the two fucking leads are up there and they're dying actively.
Bad.
So guides, speaking of Neil Bielman from Mountain Madness and Michael Groom from Adventure Consultants were descending with clients including Charlotte Fox, Sandy Pittman, and Tim Madsen. And they're also with Yasuko and several Sherpas.
Okay, good.
So Yasuko's not doing good. She's like the one doing the worst.
Yeah.
And Yasuko's like 100 pounds. Tiny woman.
Yeah.
Tiny
None
woman.
of them looked like real big people.
No, yeah,
in
but
that
like
photo.
Yasuko was the smallest one. Yeah.
That's very small.
Yeah. So Beck Weathers had previously stopped because of his cornea problem. So he had LASIK.
Okay.
And I guess high altitude, sometimes it can fuck with your corneas, like flatten them.
Holy shit.
So he almost basically went blind up there.
Oh my God.
It's not good.
Oh my God.
And so he like basically couldn't see. And like he tells Rob this. And he's still like not even like close, right? And Rob tells him, he's like, okay, just wait for me. I'm gonna come. Be right back. You know, lack of a better word, and I'm gonna get you and bring you back. So Neil and Michael had seen how bad a shape that Beck was in on the way back down, and they're like, we need to get you down to Camp 4. And Beck was still like, no, I'm gonna wait for Rob. They're like, no, you're coming with us now, which is the best call, right?
Yeah.
So around 5:30 p.m., like I said, this is all kind of happening at the same time. This storm that everyone was stuck in really intensifies and the visibility is at 0. So they're closer to Camp 4. They're at the, what is it called? The South Col. Almost to Camp 4, but they're basically in this big snowfield in like a fucking blizzard. At the same time, Rob's way up top with Doug in a blizzard, and then Scott and McLeod were also in the blizzard further down. 3 tiers of bullshit happening. So Michael and Neil tried to navigate back to Camp 4 by following the fixed ropes, but the wind erases the tracks and the line of tents that you could see from the South Col were invisible. They couldn't see them. So they have no line of sight. They're using ropes, but the ropes don't lead actually to the tents.
They don't?
No, they lead down. They lead down the mountain.
Oh.
It's the path down, but they're trying not to get down. They're trying to get to the camp.
And they don't know where to stop to find
And they don't know where to stop. There's
my
also
God.
a point in the South Col where one side's like a big rock face. You would hit like a wall, essentially. The other side's a fucking drop off, the cliff.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. So they were shouting constantly to keep everyone together and tried to follow everyone's headlamps at this point because that's all you could see. But the group was blown way far off course and more onto the open, flat South Col plateau.
So you're just fully exposed.
You're fully exposed. So
Jesus.
with snow blinding and oxygen running low, Neil eventually tells everyone in the group to stop moving. And he has them all huddled together. And this is what the survivors would call the death circle.
Wow.
Which is not good.
Oh no. But yeah, what else can you do?
Yeah, it's probably the best thing to hunker down together and cuddle.
It's
right?
the only option.
It's gotta cuddle real close.
Yeah, then when the snow covers you, maybe you can
igloo?
Be in a little igloo.
Yeah. Temperatures are now below 40 degrees. Negative 40 degrees. And wind chill.
I can't fathom it. It's not a cold I've ever experienced.
I don't think I want to experience it. Yeah. So Michael and Neil are shaking everybody to keep them awake and alive.
Jesus.
They're just like trying, like yelling at people. They're shaking people. They're like, you have to stay awake. You cannot fall asleep. Because if you fall asleep, you die. Because of the hypothermia and the hypoxia.
I'd be like, can I though? Leave me. Let me
There was a
here.
couple, like, Charlotte specifically. She's like, just
what?
Like, I just want to die at this point. This is what she said. She was like, I just wanted to die at that
I
point.
wanted this to be over.
Yeah, same with Beck. Beck was also like, 86 me. Like, it's fine. So, by midnight, Yasuko, Beck, Charlotte, and Sandy were almost all frozen to death.
Holy shit.
So Neil and Michael make the agonizing decision to head to camp and see if they can come back with help to save everyone. Because they know camp is close-ish. It's close enough that they can probably go get some more oxygen, get some tea. Like I said, the tea is a lifesaver. It's a hot beverage.
Yeah.
In negative 40-degree weather, a hot beverage is going to save your ass.
Okay.
Honestly. So Neil and Michael get back to the camp eventually. They're able to make it back. Where Anatoly is, and they basically tell Anatoly what's going on. They're like right up there. Like, we have to go back and find them. And Anatoly is like, I got this. So he goes out to the storm and finds the group right outside of Camp 4. He first grabs Charlotte Fox, who was basically semi-conscious at this point.
Okay.
And he's basically dragging her to safety. And she talks about how she was like falling over and kind of just like stopping and slumping over. He like grabs her, he yells at her. He's like, you have to keep fucking moving. It's like, you have to go. Mm-hmm. And so she's like, okay. It just was something and like jolted her out of it, you know? And so she gets to the camp and she says that she's so frozen she can't move. But then Neil comes over with tea and he's like having her drink tea until she can actually hold the teacup.
Wow.
And she says that was like the best cup of tea she's ever had in her life.
Of course.
Like that hot liquid, like holy shit. So next, Anatoly goes back out and grabs Sandy Pittman. And he's hauling her in a short rope through these now hurricane gusts.
Wow.
He's also doing this without oxygen.
Dude. And didn't he already go?
He already summed it without oxygen as well.
Yeah.
This guy is fucking bananas. Mm-hmm. So then he goes out for a third time and locates and guides Tim Madsen back.
Wow.
And he's like using his voice. He's like yelling at him. Like,
Okay.
this is how you get down. So Yasuko and Beck were believed to be beyond help at this point.
Yeah.
And Yasuko does eventually succumb to hypothermia and dies just outside of Camp 4, unfortunately.
Oh, so
she was so fucking close, which is really sad. But Beck survives.
Wow.
The night.
Oh, wow.
They leave him out there because they're like, he's fucked. He's done.
Oh my God. And he survived?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
So Beck astonishingly regains consciousness later that morning, like when the sun's out.
Got it. The sun warmed up enough, maybe.
Yeah. And he says that when he wakes up, he's basically hallucinating and he sees his wife and kids. Right. And he says that he sees blue rocks. He's like, oh, I'm just going to walk towards the blue rocks. The blue rocks are the tents.
The tents, yeah.
Yeah. And he walks his fucking ass back to Camp 4 unassisted.
Wow. A
And-
miracle.
I know. He's extremely frostbitten, but he's alive.
Wow.
So Beck is nursed back to health for a day and is led down to Camp 2, where on May 13th, a world record setting helicopter evacuation is set to basically take Beck and MacLeod back to a hospital. It's like the highest a helicopter had ever gone at that point.
Wow. And those people risked their lives to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Beckweather has extreme frostbite on his hands and his face, and he and MacLeod both have reconstructive surgeries done on their noses.
Okay.
But they lose all their they lose all their fingers.
Oh my God.
And this is a picture of Beck after. Look at that. I didn't know frostbite made your face fucking black.
It literally just kills. Holy shit. I can't. I mean, it looks so painful. It looks like a burn.
Yeah.
I guess.
It is kind of just a burn in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And this is at the camp as well with his fucking frostbitten nose.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's bad. It's so sad.
He's smiling though.
Yeah. Or he's delirious. It's funny enough because
His hands look okay.
He loses all his fingers though. I don't know what's going on here. Like this is just after.
Oof.
With Beck, but like MacLeod, he's no longer has fingers.
Wow.
Yeah. When the storm finally passed, 9 lives had been lost on the mountain. Rob Hall, Doug Hansen, Andy Harris, and Yasuko Namba of Adventure Consultants. Scott Fisher and Chen Yunnan from Mountain Madness, and the Taiwanese team. Chen was the guy that fell down the crevasse.
Early on.
Yeah, earlier on. Yeah. In Everest's north face, 3 Tibetan border police also never made it back from the ridge, which we didn't talk about.
Okay.
Those who survived carried the weight of that night for the rest of their lives. Beck Weathers returned home to rebuild a new life after losing both hands. Anatoly continued guiding and rescuing others until he was taken by an avalanche the following year.
Oh my God.
Yeah. John Krakauer turned his guilt and grief into thin air, ensuring the story would never be forgotten. But perhaps the truest legacy of 1996 is the lesson it left behind, that even with our greatest ambitions, Everest will always have the final word.
You're
And
damn
that
right.
is the 1996 Everest disaster. And that's a little monument made for Scott Fisher up there. I think that's at base camp.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just
And,
a whole nightmare.
All right, this is the same picture I showed you earlier, but the people circled are the people who died in that picture. So this Yasuko,
Yasuko.
Andy, Rob, and Doug.
It's so tragic.
I know, it's a big fucking bummer,
I know.
Yeah.
Be careful.
right? And yeah, I think it's so interesting that even, 30 years later, they're still just fucking putting people on that mountain, sending them all
like
up there.
it became like the capitalism got to it.
More so than it already had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like maybe the start of it.
This
is like
feels like the start of it for sure.
I know we're in like dystopia, Everest dystopia.
Yeah, Everest dystopia is a good way to put it. But yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, not for me.
Not for me.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me.
Wouldn't be.
Never. Like I said,
I respect it if that's what you need to do. Like I respect that you have that.
The Sherpas.
Sure. Yeah.
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 You don't need to be going there.
I don't think you do.
No.
I guess I respect that, like, that's what you want to do. I respect that you have that desire. But I
Yeah.
don't, it's not a good thing to do.
No. Like just talking about, we
You
even talk
have
about
to
this,
put
but
other
like,
people's lives at risk to
you
do
put
it.
other people's lives at risk. There's also just the amount of fucking garbage up there
Yes.
now.
Yeah. Yes.
It's kind of a necessity when you're at the death zone. You just like leave everything behind, just get back down.
Just like literally the most
Yeah.
majestic place on earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
With your bodies and your trash and your
with all your all the oxygen tanks up there, it's like insane.
gross.
Gross.
It's just like kind of the worst
Yeah.
snapshot
You
of
don't
the way
need
humans
to
behave
climb
sometimes.
Everest, guys. I promise you. It's not gonna make you more of a person. More or less. You're just gonna be a douchebag that climbed Everest.
If you're lucky, you can do it. and
Yeah,
survive
if you
it.
get back. Like, yeah. But yeah, that's it for this week.
Gruesome, grisly.
Grimly. Sorry, I had to. You're welcome. Thanks for listening. Hopefully that was a good, concise version of that story.
I think you did good. Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of other versions out there that go way more into detail, especially with the initial training to get up to the mountain. Like most of the podcasts and like videos and documentaries I watched were over 2 hours
Yikes.
covering the story. And so it was just like, we don't need a part 2, I don't think.
Nah.
And so I kind of cut some of that out without trying to like take away from the story.
I respect that.
Thank you. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you for listening. And, rate, review, subscribe. Go pick up your litter off of a mountain if you have it. I don't know.
Try not to litter on the mountains.
Try to litter. Leave no trace. Leave no trace. That is the wisdom we have for this week. But yeah, we'll talk to you guys next week. And until next time,
Stay grimly curious.